Hi everyone and welcome back to The Way podcast, where we learn in English poco a poco or podcast by podcast. Today we're looking at 10 business idioms. So these are expressions that you can use in the business environment that will help you sound more natural at work. Let's get into it.
Bienvenido al podcast de The Way. Si quieres aprender inglés y hablar con confianza, estás en el sitio correcto. Hemos ayudado a miles de personas como tú a mejorar su inglés y alcanzar sus objetivos. Visita nuestra web theway.es para conocer más sobre nuestros cursos online desde A2 hasta C1 y descubre cómo podemos ayudarte a avanzar en tu aprendizaje. Además, si necesitas una certificación oficial, también ofrecemos la opción de realizar el examen Language Pair cómodamente desde casa.
So, first things first, let's look at the word idiom, because in Spanish you would say idiom, this is idioma, but idioma is language. So idiom is a type of expression. Now, it's not an expression that you can directly translate. Obviously, there are some in Spanish that you can't directly translate into English. So you can't break down this expression. You have to look at the expression as a whole. And I have 10. So let's get into the first one. The first one is to be on the same page. To be on the same page means that everyone is in agreement. So you can say, oh yes, we see eye to eye, or I agree with you. But another nice way is just to say, oh yeah, we are definitely on the same page. If we have to look at an example, we could say, before we move forward with this project, I want to make sure that we are all on the same page, meaning that we are all in agreement, that we all understand what we're supposed to be doing. Looking at number 2, to get the ball rolling. Now, to get the ball rolling, it's to say, let's start, let's get going, you can also say in a funny way, let's get the party started, right? But let's say, vamos, let's go. We say, let's get the ball rolling. And the example here, I would say, is let's get the ball rolling on the new marketing campaign this week, as in let's get it started. The next one has also got to do with a ball, right? And the expression is, the ball is in your court. This is a great expression. It means that this person has, this person has, the power is in their hands, right? They have to make the next move. I have done everything that I need to do. Now, the client or the partner or the colleague, they need to take the next step, all right? It's your decision or it's your responsibility. So the example says, I've sent you the proposal. Now the ball is in your court to accept the proposal or to go through the proposal or whatever. The next one is quite popular. I think it's quite common. It's to think outside the box. Now, this is we use it all the time. Now, it means to think creatively, to think in a way that other people haven't thought of, to be more of an individual, I guess, and not follow the traditional solutions or not try and find the traditional ways of dealing with something, whether it's a different way of marketing or a different way of getting a client or whatever it is. The example I have here is, we need to think outside the box to solve this customer service problem, right? So often it's the boss that will say, right guys, we've done all the normal types of advertising. Now we need to think outside the box, kind of thing. Okay, let's look at number 5. Number 5 is back to the drawing board. Now, I always love to explain expressions because you need to sort of visualize this expression. Back in the days before, Procreate and before AI and all of those things, engineers and architects and stuff like that, they had to draw all of their designs and sort of if you were a mathematician, you did it on the whiteboard or on the blackboard. So if you had to go back to the drawing board, it means to go back to the actual pizarra that you did the design or that you did the work on, right? So to go back to the drawing board means to go to the beginning and fix it. There was a mistake. It didn't work. We need to go back to the drawing board and try again. The example that I have is the client rejected our first plan, so now it's time to go back to the drawing board and see if we can fix it now. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is to be in the loop. Now, if you think of your shoelace, right? When you tie your shoes, it makes a loop. A loop is like a circle, all right? So if you are in the loop, it means that you are part of the conversation. You are part of the chisme. You are part of what's going on. You're on the inside, right? So it means to be informed or included in the communication. And usually it means that you are updated, you are up to date. Estás ponerse al día, you are actualizado, you know everything that you need to know. So we usually use this as a directive. So for example, I could say to you, please keep me in the loop about any changes to the schedule, as in keep me informed, let me know, right? You wouldn't really say, oh, I'm not in the loop. I mean, technically you can, but it's not normal, right? The normal thing is to ask someone, please keep me in the loop. You wouldn't say, I feel out of the loop. Again, you can, but it's not normal. The next one is burning the midnight oil. Now, obviously, again, this comes from a time when there was no electricity, and in order to work until the early hours of the evening, or morning, should I say, you would have to burn the midnight oil, right? So it means to work very late at night. Maybe you have to stay after work when everybody has gone home and you have to do extra work or whatever, and you need to burn the midnight oil. You need to do what you need to do in order for it to get done. The example I have is we had to burn the midnight oil to finish the report on time. So we had to work extra late. Okay, the next one, number 8, a win-win situation. So this is quite interesting because you could say it's a win-win situation. You can also say it's a lose-lose situation. A win-win means that everyone benefits, right? It's the type of situation that everyone is happy. But you can also have a lose-lose situation when nobody wins, obviously, and the consequences are for everyone. Now, the lose-lose, obviously, you don't really want to use that in business. It happens when there are big consequences. Sometimes you see it in films when the protagonist and the antagonist lose. But in terms of business, a win-win situation, everybody's happy, everybody benefits, everybody goes home with a smile on their face. So, look at the example. This partnership is a win-win. It helps us reach new clients and gives them better visibility, right? Okay, let's get to number 9. Number 9 is raise the bar. Now, it just means to increase your standards, all right? If you have a higher expectation, that means that people need to reach or, get to that expectation. So when you say that you raise the bar, it just means that you expect more from someone. So, for example, let's say that Maria had a fantastic presentation, and now her boss has the expectation that everybody's presentation is as good as Maria's. Maria has raised the bar. So the example is her presentation really raised the bar for the rest of the team. Now everybody else needs to be just as good, right? Now, that may sound negative, but it's actually quite positive, because if there are higher quality standards, it's better for everyone. You can also say the opposite, to lower the bar, but it's not really a good thing to lower your standards, right? And the last one is a bit of a financial idiom. We talk about to be in the red. Now, to be in the red in terms of business, it means that your company is losing money. So you could say that the company was in the red last year. They weren't making enough money. Okay, I hope your company never goes into the red. Otherwise, let's just go through all of our idioms and see which ones you can use tomorrow in your business life. Number 1, to be on the same page. Number 2, to get the ball rolling. Number 3, the ball is in your court. Number 4, to think outside the box. Number 5, back to the drawing board. Number 6, to be in the loop. Number 7, to burn the midnight oil. Number 8, a win-win situation. Number 9, to raise the bar. And number 10, to be in the red. Right. Please let me know which one is your favorite. You can let us know on our social medias. Otherwise, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll see you soon.
Si disfrutaste de este episodio y quieres llevar tu inglés al siguiente nivel, te invitamos a descubrir nuestros cursos online en theway.es, diseñados para mejorar tu fluidez y confianza en situaciones reales. Hemos ayudado a miles de personas como tú a transformar su aprendizaje. Visita ahora theway.es y realiza nuestro test de nivel interactivo de manera gratuita. Además, si necesitas una certificación oficial, también ofrecemos la opción de realizar el examen de Mid-Third cómodamente desde casa.